Good morning and good afternoon to everyone. I believe people and educators from 6 different continents joining us. So, namaste from India. And my name is Sushobhan, and I'm going to present digital teaching innovation, reimagining multimedia storytelling through mobile journalism. Please go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so my name is Sushobhan. I am with the Symbiosis Institute of Media and Communication, Pune, in India. It's a part of a larger university that is Symbiosis International Deemed University. It's a 50-year-old institution, and it has its branches all over India and in Dubai. And we are based out of Pune. And I take care of media communication department's journalism section, and I'll be briefing you about one particular component that is we teach at SIMC, and that is about mobile journalism. Next. So briefly, Symbiosis Institute of Media and Communication has a Master of Arts program in journalism and media industries. Over 30 students we induct in this program through an entrance test that we conduct, and we induct students from all over India. And students from diverse backgrounds, they are inducted into our program, and they have different technical skills. They have varying interests in audiovisual news storytelling, and that is basically a major challenge for me as an educator who wants them to learn more about multimedia news, wants them to learn how to use camera, how to use audio visual language for journalistic storytelling. Next. Yeah. So in today's environments, the barriers to entry for content creation have dramatically reduced. That is, every student today has a mobile phone. Though the students who are inducted into our institute, all of them have a smartphone, and they mostly know how to operate this smartphone for basic videography or basic photography or something. But uh, in general, they really don't have idea of how to use mobile phone for mobile journalism purposes. Till about 5 years ago, we used traditional equipment like big cameras, PD 170, digital cameras, and many other complicated technical equipment to teach our students about audiovisual journalism. But later on, what we realized was that students are losing interest in audiovisual storytelling because of technicalities involved in using this equipment. So we wanted to, simplify certain things for students to tell the story in audiovisual format, and that is why we integrated mobile journalism as pedagogical tool, uh, so that students shouldn't feel uncomfortable in using mobile phones in telling stories in audiovisual format. And in this way, what was the idea that we wanted to make mobile journalism or using audiovisual language more democratic and uh, make our students more agile as journalists. Next. So basically, I'm going to use a short form over here, that is Mojo Mobile Journalism. So our objective was to teaching students about basic mobile journalism skills. Second important aspect of this training, second important aspect of this module was to inculcate in them the visual thinking, because after about 21 years of education and other things, it is generally very difficult for them to think visually. They can think about a story in a in written format very, very well, but how to present that story visually is always a challenge. To develop that visual thinking is that was our second objective. And the third thing is, since you're using mobile phones and you can carry mobile phones in at any place and shoot anything you want. So teaching them about ethical and legal consideration was other objective that we had in our mind while introducing this module. So we introduced mobile journalism as core component in our course. Till about 5 years ago, we used to call our course as television news basic. But over the past 5 years, we have changed the title of the course, and now we call our course as multimedia news production, because we have changed the way students actually shoot the visuals, or they take use audio-visual language for journalistic purposes. Next. So the idea is that every student, as I said, they own smartphones. The phones are less intrusive in sensitive situation, and in this particular situation, what happens is, because students have their own mobile phone, they can try this particular medium, this particular tool for telling a story, for recording visuals, for telling a story in audiovisual medium. So when we teach them basics of visual language, we can simultaneously ask them to do certain practical exercises so that they can learn the visual language basics through doing certain things on their mobile phones. But the aim basically was to uh, not to compromise on quality, but the priority was to teaching them how to tell story in visual language, how to tell story using audio, and as a combined audio-visual unit, how to tell that story in audio-visual language. That was the objective, and that is the reason why we decided to incorporate mobile journalism. Next. So main objective, pedagogical objective as far as mobile journalism is that when you have a mobile phone in your hand, how to ideate a particular story, where they are going to stand, how exactly they are going to shoot a story, what would be the duration of each shot, what kind of shots they are going to take. All those aspects were covered in initial sessions of our course, and many times uh, what used to happen is that students found it very I won't say boring, but they found it very commonsensical that why we are actually learning how to shoot a particular video. But as they started practicing, they realized that it is far difficult, or far more, they have to put in a lot of hard work to shoot a particular video. And that's how they started learning. And we taught them how to edit and publish these stories using the mobile phones, using YouTube as a platform for publishing the story, and how to use these mobile phones effectively in situations where it is not possible for uh, a normal camera person to go there with very bulky equipment. We taught them how to use mobile phones for shooting visuals. We taught them how to create news reels using mobile phones, explainer videos, profiles of prominent personalities or news personalities, and create their own stand-up without taking help from any other person, and doing walkthroughs without taking any other person's help. That's how we taught them mobile journalism, and we taught them how to develop that editorial sense while having that mobile, and how to use editorial sense while shooting a story, how to use that editorial sense for telling a journalistic story effectively. That was the pedagogical objective as far as this particular module was concerned. Next. So we taught them visual sequencing, how to capture audio when you're shooting, let's say, an interview or shooting outdoors for a particular news story, to capture ambient noise, all ambient sound. That was taught to them. At the same time, we recommended that they should use low-cost microphones or low-cost tripods for shooting good visuals for their news stories. We taught them Adobe Premiere Pro software for editing these news stories. And at the same time, while uh, we were focusing on aesthetics of visuals and technical aspects of recording audio, the other side of the story was to how to build a cohesive narrative as far as short form news stories are concerned. Let's say they want to create a story of about 90 seconds, that is 1.5 minutes, or if they want to create a documentary of about 12 to 15 minutes, how to structure that narrative, what should be the arc of that story. All those basics were taught to our students in different sessions, and we also used this mobile footage what they shot to tell them where they went wrong and how they can improve, and how they can learn from their own errors. That's how we taught them from concept to execution. We at the same time conducted regular sessions where they could pitch ideas, talk about locations where they can shoot these stories, and how to take effective visuals. All those aspects of visual storytelling were discussed with them as solo teams, as solo members of mobile journalism team. At the same time, we taught them how to work in teams of 2 to 3 people. That's how we uh, put these students into a situation where they can actually pitch their concept and execute it. Either it could be a news story of 90 seconds, or it could be a story, a documentary of 12 to 15 minutes. Next. So learning outcomes were, because they were uh, carrying their mobile phones every day together with them. So it increased their confidence in shooting and editing, which was not there probably 5 years ago, when they were using bulky equipment, and they were given this very technical knowledge about shooting a particular video. All of that apprehension about understanding certain things technically, all that was set aside, and they were started shooting and editing confidently. It created a very sharper editorial sense, and it generally demystified this whole idea of multimedia production, and it really helped them to tell the story in audiovisual format very, very effectively. Next. Of course, we faced certain challenges, that sometimes students don't have high-end mobile phones. So sometimes getting that quality of visuals, quality of audio is slightly difficult, but we overcame those problems and technical issues by attaching external equipment using tripods and so on and so forth. Students were little resistant as far as shooting visuals. It's a lot of hard work to shoot visuals from different angles, but through visual discussions and conducting awareness sessions, they finally learned that audiovisual language is not so difficult. Telling the story in audiovisual language is not difficult. It is just about shedding those fears and going ahead. I think I'm running short of time, so I will conclude over here. To conclude, it generally democratized storytelling as far as our program is concerned. It allowed students to enable experimentation, and it made them agile visually, and prepared them for visually driven media landscape, which exists not just globally, even in India. And now our next step is that we are going to teach them how to use vertical frames for shooting visuals. That's the future, and that's where we are heading now. So that's about my experiences as far as mobile journalism is concerned. That's what we have executed over here in India. If you have any questions, I can take it now.